So today we're going to be going over 10 cheap fragrances that last a really long time. You don't always have to pay a ton of money to get a fragrance that will stay on your skin throughout the day. You can go for some more budget-friendly fragrances that are still going to have great performance. They're going to last a while on your skin, and usually what comes with that good longevity will be pretty solid projection as well. And for this video, I'm focusing on fragrances that are around $40 and under. Is kind of how I'm going to identify cheap in this video. And of course, that's going to be based off of discounted prices. Most of these I did pick up on FragranceNet, and I will leave all those links down below to them. And also use the code RENG7 for 35% off. That's kind of how I came to the prices on all these scents. Keep in mind, for basically all of these at retail, you're looking at $80+, some of them up into the $100 range. So you don't want to base these off of that retail price. You got to base these off of discounters in order to get them into that cheap category. And also, cheap is going to be something that is different for everyone. It's kind of all relative, but I would say $40 and under is a really solid price point, and I would consider that cheap compared to a lot of the other higher price fragrances out there. So let's go ahead and jump right into this one. First fragrance up, we have Versace Dylan Blue. This one, for a 100ml bottle, comes in, I believe, right at around the $40 price point, maybe just slightly above 40 depending on the current deals and the current fluctuation of the scent, but usually right in that price point. And honestly, out of all the fragrances on the market, this has to be one of the best buys for that price of around that $40 price point. Awesome, awesome scent. It is a blue fragrance, but it's one of the more affordable blue fragrances, and it's also one that lasts a really long time, projects very heavily, and is just ultra versatile. On top of all that versatility comes great mass appeal as well. This is a compliment beast of a fragrance. I mean, this is seriously a really, really good compliment getter. And it's also one of my girlfriend's favorite fragrances on me. A lot of times when she's requesting me to wear something, she'll pick out Dylan Blue. And it's just because it works. It has the sweetness to it ever so slightly, but primarily it is fresh. It's got a lot of ambrox and a lot of citrus, just with a little bit of an evening kind of darker touch to it. Really, the bottle is a great representation of how it smells. It's a blue bottle, but as you can see, it's a darker blue color. It's not a light blue. It's a darker kind of deep blue that kind of signifies a lot of richness and a lot of depth that this fragrance really has. Awesome scent, great signature scent, and for around $40, the value that you get for this one makes this a complete steal. One that I recommend everyone should have in their collection, Versace Dylan Blue. This next fragrance is going to be great if you want something that's borderline niche quality for a low price. Now, of course, this is not going to be something that has the quality of like a Roja or a Killian or something along those lines. But when you're talking about the price of this one, and you're talking about the composition of this one and the quality as well, I mean, there's really not many other fragrances out there at this price that get you close to a niche product like this one does. And really, for that matter, the whole line of these fragrances, the three that I'm specifically talking about here or thinking of, are great bang for your buck. This one is from Atlantique. That probably gave it away, but this one's Encre Noir et la Extreme. Now, you could put any of them. You could put the original, you could put the Sport, and of course this one as well. When it comes to purely being a luxury niche quality type of scent while also having very strong performance, this one right here is killer. Great fragrance. It's vetiver incense. It's very smoky. It's very dark. And this is not going to be something that everyone's going to love. Like I said, you have to be after a niche experience, something that's going to be different, something that perhaps you would really wear more for yourself than to appeal to people around you. That's what this one's all about. Vetiver lovers, woodsy, smoky lovers out there, you will love this fragrance. I mean, just taking a look at the bottle, and more specifically the color of the fragrance, has some dark stuff for an equally dark fragrance. Great longevity, 10+ hours, just like Dylan Blue, which I forgot to mention, but 10+ hours there on that one. Same thing with this one, and it comes in at about $30 or so, making this one an incredible steal. Encre Noir et la Extreme. Up next, we have another blue fragrance, and after this one, that will be it for the ambroxan fragrances. We have a couple other ones with a blue bottle later on in the video, but they're not really ambroxan blue fragrances. They don't really fit into that category. This one does, kind of fits into the category similar to Dylan Blue, but it is one that is cheap, and I had to throw it in here when you're talking about cheap fragrances that have great longevity. This one is one that I would feel bad leaving out. I would feel bad keeping this from you. A lot of you, I'm sure, already are very aware of it, especially if you subscribe to this channel. But if anyone is coming across this video and you're new to the fragrance game, this right here is a gem, and you have to add this one to your collection. This is Bvlgari Aqua Atlantique. It's got ambroxan, it's got citrus, but it also has aquatic notes. This nice, salty, sexy, watery seaweed, oceanic type of smell. One of my favorite aquatics because, one, the performance, 10 plus hours consistently with very strong projection. And on top of that, while it does have that blue fragrance DNA, which may make it a bit boring to some, it makes up for that with the fact that it does have an aquatic touch, making this completely different than all of the other blue fragrances out there, because most of them are all about the fresh shower gel, ambroxan type of thing. This one has that, but again, with the addition of aquatic notes and a saltiness, making this one great for being on the beach, being by the ocean, just having fun in the summer, and also pulling amazing compliments. Another one of my girlfriend's personal favorites. I have multiple bottles of this one. As you can see here, the bottle is pretty low. I've worn the heck out of this fragrance. I mean, really, this is one of my most worn in the summertime. Amazing compliment getter. I would say if you wear this one out, your chances of getting compliments are going to be through the roof. I mean, really, you're not going to find someone that dislikes this fragrance. Great projection, great longevity, at about $40 or so as well. You can get a tester of this one, which is a great way to go because these don't come with the cap anyway, and that way you can save even more money off the already discounted price of this one. Amazing, must-have aquatic fragrance. Beautiful scent for summertime, Bvlgari Aqua Atlantique. So we just covered Dill and Blue, Aqua Atlantique. Some may say those are a bit more on the youthful side. I mean, Dill and Blue can be worn by anyone for sure, and I guess Aqua Atlantique can be as well, but they are in the blue fragrance category. You know, we covered Encre Noir et la Extreme, which is definitely not a youthful fragrance, but now we're going to be kind of switching gears a little bit and going to an aromatic fougere. This one is coming in at well under $20. This one is from Davidoff, and this one is Zino. I mean, you can tell by how the bottle looks that this is going to be a cheap one. The cap, this kind of tan color, I'm not really a fan of how the cap contrasts with the bottle. It does kind of match the lettering on the front, but I think that really stands out and looks cheap, and that's fine. It can look cheap all at once. All that matters is the scent itself, and the scent is beautiful. This one's got that barbershop thing going on. It kind of gets comparisons to Tom Ford Beau de Jour, and I do get the comparisons, although not nearly getting close to touching the quality of that Tom Ford. It does give you a similar thing. This one has a little bit more of an animalic touch. It has a bit less of a modern facet, whereas the Tom Ford does have a kind of a modern twist on a barbershop scent. This one does really keep it old school 100%, but still, if you are a fan of aromatic fougères, you're a fan of barbershop scents, Zino is one that you have to have in your collection. I put this one off for a long time. I'm so glad I have it. It costs basically next to nothing. It's one you can just throw in your cart next time you're placing an order with Fragrance Net or whatever, and it'll be a nice little surprise for you. Seriously, really good scent. What it lacks in the bottle itself, it makes up for in the quality of the scent. The quality isn't amazing, but for under $20, it's pretty darn good. Great fragrance with great longevity as well. Will easily get you through a work day and still have some left over. It'll keep kicking at the end of the day, and pretty moderate projection as well. Basically everything you would ask for in terms of behavior, performance-wise for an aromatic fougere. This one has it going on. Fantastic pickup here. Nice little cheapy Davidoff Zino. Up next, we have another blue bottle, but like I mentioned earlier, we're done with the ambroxan bombs. This one is one of my favorites from the house in general. It's a really solid option, one that does get a bit overlooked just simply because there's so many flankers and different fragrances in general from the brand. This one's from Issey Miyake, and this is Low Blue Dissy Pour Homme. So I'm sure if you're aware of this line, you could probably name off 10, 15 fragrances off the top of your head, or 10 to 15 flankers, at least if you are familiar with the line. If you're not, you probably won't even know where to start, but if you're someone who has seen the brand around and you're really into the community, you could probably think of 10 of them right off the bat. And this one here is one that does get a bit overlooked, like I mentioned a second ago, but in my opinion, it is awesome. One of my favorites. This one has this nice lavender, rosemary, kind of a spicy sexiness, a little bit of citrus. What's great about this one is it's a perfect summertime fragrance, spring and summer, but it's not like your typical summer fragrance, which is all about citrus and fruits and musks and stuff like that. This one utilizes some herbal notes and some spices with a little bit of a citrus pop, and it just makes it completely different. If you want a fantastic, affordable summer fragrance with great longevity, but you don't want to smell like everyone else, L'Eau Bleue d'Issey Pour Homme is the way to go. Very affordable. I mean, it's around, I think, $20 or somewhere around in that range for the 75 ml, making it a great steal. One of my favorites from the brand, and a fantastic one if you want to stand out in the summertime and have great longevity as well. Seriously, really good pickup. Grab this one for the upcoming spring and summer months, and you won't regret it. Following that, we have another one of my favorites from the brand. Not from Issey Miyake though, but from Coach. So Coach, they have a few good fragrances out there for sure, and this is going to be just from their regular Coach for Men line, I guess. This one is Coach Platinum, so it is a flanker, and if I am not mistaken, I believe it's the second flanker. I'm not sure if they have too many. I know they have Coach Blue, Platinum, the original. I think that's about it. This one being Coach Platinum. It takes that original DNA, which does have a Sauvage type of DNA, so I guess maybe I did kind of overlook this one when I was saying there wasn't any more blue fragrances. But to be fair, it's not a blue bottle. And also, this one takes quite a bit of a different twist on that blue fragrance. Coach itself, Coach for Men, already has a bit of a different twist on Sauvage and that blue fragrance DNA. And this one even more so with the addition of vanilla and cashmerean. The cashmerean gives it a bit more of a muskiness and a modern touch, and the vanilla just warms it up and it sweetens it up. It does give it a nice warm, smooth blanket over this DNA, which a lot of times can be a little bit sharp and off-putting if you're smelling it up too close. By far my favorite Coach flanker. I mean, this stuff is awesome. I love it. It's great for a date. It's great for an evening out. It's also very affordable. I mean, I think you're looking at the mid $30 range for this one. Same deal here. You can grab a tester and save even more money off of that because there is no cap with this one. The atomizer does twist over, so that way it kind of locks it into place. If you're traveling, you can't, accidentally make a mess and spray it. You just twist it over, which is a cool touch on these bottles. Really great scent for the price. Great longevity as well. Will last you through the whole day. You really don't need to reapply this one unless you're looking for more projection. Fantastic scent for the price. Great little pickup here as well. Coach Platinum. Moving along, we have Cool Water Intense by Davidoff. So this one is nothing like the original Cool Water. It's got a bit of a sweetness. It's got a little bit of coconut in here. It's got this warm amber, and really that's kind of the extent of it. There's one other note I can't remember off the top of my head, but definitely a little bit of a coconut, amber. Kind of gives it this tropical smell, but at the same time a bit of the sweetness about it. It's completely different than not only the original Cool Water, but it's different than a lot of the other scents out there. You wouldn't expect this to be a Cool Water flanker. It's not really your traditional summer type of fragrance. For this one, it is a summer evening fragrance all the way through. Not one I would wear in the daytime, not one that I would wear in the spring in the daytime either, really. It just has this evening kind of warm, inviting, sexy night out type of feel about it, making this one great for a date or just evening out, whatever, going to a restaurant, that sort of thing. Really nice one. It's affordable, and this is a strong performer. It will last on your skin all day and then some. One of the stronger ones in here for the price. Good projection as well. That is Cool Water Intense by Davidoff. Not a bad little pickup here. Great performer for the price. Moving our way down to the end, we have Eternity Eau de Parfum by Calvin Klein. Another aromatic fougere leaning fragrance, just like the original Eternity. It's got that classic type of thing. This one even more so focuses on those aromatic fougere qualities and accords, making this one immediately one of my favorites from the brand for sure. I loved fragrances like that, and this one does it really well. Good quality for the price. Again, you're looking at a really low price for this one, well under $30 for sure. And it's one that's worth a pickup if you want to smell clean, fresh, refined, and masculine. And you also want to have a fragrance that lasts throughout the whole day without having to spend a bunch of money. It's got this masculine woodiness about it, making it great for the office, great to wear to school. It's one you could wear formally and also casually as well. It's just a great all-around scent, a nice improvement over the original Eau de Toilette. Great longevity as well. Eternity Eau de Parfum. Second to last fragrance, we have Dunhill Icon. This one I believe is around that $40 range and under, and it is a great scent for that price. The bottles are awesome, hefty. I mean, you would not think that this is less than $40 when you pick it up. I mean, it's got some weight to it. Smells amazing. It has this grape soda type of smell. It's a men's floral with a bit of citrus. Has this fizziness about it. This is another one that's great for a gentleman. Great for wearing to the office. Great to wear to work, to school, that sort of thing. More formally, but can also be worn casually as well. There's nothing else out there that smells like this one, which makes it an awesome pickup. On top of that, the longevity is fantastic for a fresh fragrance. I mean, you wouldn't expect this one to necessarily last that long because it does have this effervescent aromatic fizziness about it, but it will get you through the entire day. Really, really good scent, great for the price, under $40. This one's hard to beat, and really they have a few good ones from the line as well. There's some decent flankers out there. The original, though, is really hard to beat. Really nice one to wear and reach for. That is Dunhill Icon. And last up, we have Ferragamo Uomo by Salvatore Ferragamo, coming in at around $30 or so when it's in stock. This one has been going out of stock lately. It's really been getting a lot of attention, and for whatever reason, just been out of stock. But when you can grab it, usually the original price is around that $30 range. There's Uomo's Signature, which could also be fit into this slot. Same thing, great longevity, nice sweet fragrance, great for winter time. And really these Ferragamo fragrances are awesome. Just featuring the original one here, but again, if you can get your hands on Signature, that's another one that's really good as well. Both are great longevity. This one has that kind of tonka bean sweetness about it, and it's one that is going to be leaning youthful because of how sweet it is, but still, it's a really nice pickup. I mean, you can spray a couple sprays on this one in the wintertime, and it's going to get you through the whole day. Great longevity, great projection as well. Awesome pickup here. Really, really nice for the price. Quality's great as well. Mass appeal is excellent. This one really gets good feedback just because of how sweet it is. It's kind of one where it'll intrigue people. They'll smell this on you and they'll be like, oh, what is that? You know, I've never really smelled it before. That's kind of how this one operates. Great, great scent here. If you can get it for a low price, definitely do so. Nice one to have around. So guys, that's going to do it for me. That was 10 cheap fragrances that last a long time. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. Remember, if you want to pick up any of these fragrances, they will be linked down below to discounters. That's the way to go if you want to actually get these at a cheap price. That's going to do it for me. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy. We'll see you tomorrow with another one. Take care.